For decades, the global conversation about Southern African agriculture has focused almost entirely on the dirt. The narrative has been obsessed with raw yields, manual harvests, and vast untapped potential. But banking on future potential fails when demographic realities hit. The region's population is surging, and with it comes an intense, immediate daily demand for processed, ready-to-eat convenience foods. This gap represents the protein gap. Raw agricultural output is relatively flat, but the demand for processed proteins is climbing rapidly. Relying on basic farming and manual processing is no longer a viable way to secure the region's food supply. That mounting pressure is why the capital of Zambia is suddenly crowded with global infrastructure giants. Right now, delegations from 10 different nations are gathered in Lusaka for the AFMASS Food Expo. When major institutional suppliers like Buhler and Andritz anchor an event like this, they are following the capital deployment. Their presence signals that the region's grain and milling sectors have moved past the era of speculation and into an active, multi-billion-dollar execution phase. This is what we call the second-generation shift. The SADC industry has matured. Producers here aren't just looking for basic standalone machines anymore. Instead, they are evaluating integrated production systems. We are seeing a massive move towards advanced bulk material handling and high-capacity grain storage networks. The shift is away from manual oversight. New facilities deploy digital plant optimization, allowing operators to manage high-capacity milling from a single touchscreen. This automation targets the protein gap directly. By modernizing aquaculture and feed processing, the region can produce high-quality protein to meet consumer demand at scale. By applying this precise, automated technology, the region is taking a severe food security vulnerability and converting it into a highly profitable industrial value chain. Currently, Africa is the fastest-growing region globally for high-capacity flour milling systems. South Africa anchors this growth, holding a valuation of $9.69 billion. Growing at 5.34%, that market is forecast to reach $12.57 billion by 2031. To support this expansion, massive capital is being deployed into the physical environment, specifically for rail corridor upgrades and water infrastructure. Regulation is also acting as a catalyst. New biofuel mandates open new markets for non-traditional grains, creating incentives for industrial-scale processing. Processing firms in key zones like Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal are already scaling their physical capacity to handle this increased domestic and export flow. This combination of infrastructure, regulation, and high-capacity technology is creating a regionally sophisticated project financing cycle that is more competitive than ever before. Which brings us back to the AFMASS Expo floor. What looks like a trade show is actually a centralized deal room for the entire region. This is where technology roadmaps, regulatory changes, and capital deployment all intersect in real time. Global agri-food giants are shifting their strategy. They are moving away from periodic sales visits and are instead building sustained commercial infrastructure across the SADC corridor. With billion-dollar investments in rail, ports, and digital processing now operational, Southern Africa has moved from a market of potential to one of industrial reality. It is a live, automated ecosystem that is now processing its own wealth and securing it.